Saturday night. How long gone? Hashtag New York Fashion Week 22. Coming to you live. We got the U.S. Open. We got Isabel Marant.
We don't have that, actually.
We have Colleen Estrada.
I did get to meet Kathy Horn in front of Key Foods on Avenue A today because the Colleen Estrada show was on Avenue C, where you go to cop heroin. But there's a beautiful garden there.
Avenue C for copping.
Right. Yeah, Avenue C stands for copping, but it looked...
what were you getting at Key Foods? It's a global market. You know that.
Well, Key Foods, I was walking by, and she was staying there with Matt Schneier, so I stopped and chatted. But Key Foods has recently, actually, for all the East Village resident listeners, the budget grocery store in the neighborhood has undergone an important renovation.
They take Bitcoin now?
No. They just kind of redid the floors and some other...
Do they carry Snake River Farms beef?
They carry more organic products, of course, to cater to the neighborhood and the local constituents, but they also...
Thanks, AOC.
Did all of this. They did all of this like overnight, I think. And it honestly...
Like a flash mob style?
No. I think they just did it, from midnight till 6 a.m. for months or whatever. And it looks... strikingly similar to the way it did before the renovation, which is confusing.
Okay, so they call that a tuck and roll.
Oh, is that what I know you're a contractor, so I'd love for you to teach me some
stuff. More of a, instead of doing like a full gut reno, it's like we'll just kind of change the cabinets out. Okay. We'll repaint that, but we're not going to really do a full remodel.
But I feel like redoing the floors of a grocery store is like a pretty big fucking undertaking. That seems insane.
And this is why people listen to How Long Gone. We're talking about how long it might take to redo some flooring in a regional supermarket. No shots.
First of all, no, we need to start with the important stuff. Jason had his first U.S. Open night match, one for the books. Francis Tiafoe representing the USA, Carlos Alcaraz representing Spain.
Let's go, Francis. There's a lot of white people around me yelling, "Let's go, Francis," and it felt odd.
Well, you have to cheer for the American. Sports are kind of country-based, for better or worse.
No. I mean, more so of like, it had a very similar sing-songy rhythm to "Let's Go, Brandon."
Oh, I've never heard the "Let's Go, Brandon" chant. Where have you heard that?
Every day of my fucking life.
You're like, every time I visit my mom in Orange County?
Every time I go to Orange County and I don't turn my blinker on the Tesla, somebody yells, "Let's go, Brandon," at me.
Okay, but so this match was a 5-set nail biter that went, I believe I saw on ESPN.com until 2:50 a.m. Which
I don't think that's that. No, it did not. It did not.
It did not?
East Coast time, maybe.
Yeah. I mean,
No. Because we left. No, like I saw the end of it.
Oh, you did?
On the train, on my phone.
Okay. Then you did leave early, and what time was that? 1?
No. It was like midnight.
Oh, okay.
Or I mean, because the game starts at 7:20.
Yeah. But these guys love to take bathroom
8,
breaks.
9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
Yeah, because 2 a.m., that would have been a 7.5 hour battle.
I think there was a 2 a.m.er this week, but I think it was the men's match that would start after the women's.
Alcaraz did like a 4 hour and a 5 hour leading up to it.
I don't know much about like HGH and kind of those cool... I'm going to get into it, obviously, as I stare 40 in the face. But it seems like Carlos started that a little early at 19.
Oh, yeah. He's big. He's a big 19-year-old.
We've talked about this before in the show, but he went from being like a pimply, gawky teenager to being like a ripped man in like a 6-month period, and now he's going to win the U.S. Open, is my prediction.
He went from McLovin to Chad overnight.
Dead ass. He looks like... I still think
he has a great Caesar. His jawline is coming in due to his Nike has like its own chiseling technology.
Do you think he's a virgin? I do.
Do I think he's a virgin? I never have sex with pussy, but he's had sex before.
I don't think so.
Not vaginal.
No, I don't think so. I believe that the Spaniards are known freaks. You know what I mean? They like to get it in, but I believe that his coach may be like...
I got a little something in me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. I've heard that about the Native American people as well. But I think that the coaches might not allow him to have intercourse because he needs to save all of that energy for the court.
Carlitos, no sex.
Exactly.
No sex.
Exactly.
A lot of Eastern medicine will say it can deplete your chi.
Exactly.
And you need that chi to really
win a major.
To go round.
To win a major, you need to and when you
to
say,
win a mayor.
When you say
mayor tournament. Carlitos.
When you say go rounds, I think some people might think you mean in the bedroom, but in this case, we mean rounds of tournament in the tennis world.
Okay. It's not. You would think I invented sex. It was. Okay. You would think I invented. A great tennis game.
Okay.
A great game of tennis.
And I did see some footage of you at the American Express Centurion Lounge, enjoying kind of all they had to offer there.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, I guess we should start from the start. You know?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to jump ahead. I apologize.
We went over to that restaurant in Brooklyn. It's called like Lilia.
Oh, you went to of course you went to a pasta restaurant favored by Jay-Z and Beyonce that is a tough table to get, but I'm sure you went at 3 p.m.
We went at 4:20
okay.
And we were able to secure a seat at the bar. And I had seen it a long time ago because they had this pasta that has like it's the stuffed agnolotti with saffron.
Please tell me it's mid. Please tell me it's mid.
I mean, it was a good restaurant, but it has like the energy. It's like Obama's favorite restaurant. It's impossible to get a table, but it has.
Don't bring up Red Rooster in Harlem again.
Jake said the Rowdy Rooster is the new shit.
Rowdy Rooster is he with Bobby Shmurda?
He's on Dipset.
Okay. He's a new Dipset guy. He's actually Cameron's illegitimate son. He goes by Rowdy. He goes by Rowdy Rooster.
That's Cameron's son. So we went there, had a nice little cucumber salad, Persian cukes. Mm-hmm. Boy, were they crunchy.
Wow, I bet.
And we had the pasta. The restaurant was fine, but it has like this weird kind of sterile energy to it. Mm-hmm. Where restaurants like Din Tai Fung and all these places that are like these well-oiled machines that print money and like the consistency is perfect and they nail everything and it's so perfect that you don't like it. It's like when you watch 4K television.
I hate that. I hate that.
It's a restaurant version of that where like everything is good. You can't fault it, but it just feels odd being in there.
For some reason, I like that at Din Tai Fung because it seems like precision is part of the brand. Yeah. Whereas like at a cool Italian restaurant in Brooklyn, I'm not looking for precision in the brand.
I think I don't think it was bad. I think I learned that I'm just not a saffron lover. Saffron does not belong in the driver's seat. It belongs.
Mm-hmm. It's merely an addition.
It should be sitting bitch in the back.
Okay. So the saffron's in the
not
middle,
making a peep
in the middle seat of the 911. Okay. Well, so you lined your stomach before sucking down those free Heinekens.
So they weren't free, sweetie. So, line of stomach, had a spritz, had a nice little vino. Bay had a Lambrusco. Mm. Boy, was it vinegary. And then we took the train over Friday, 6 p.m. train to Queens, packed like a sardine.
I bet.
I bet. Fucked up. And like I graduated to the type of person like how you are, where you can't touch anything in the subway.
I just sit down.
Oh no, I mean you couldn't. It was one of those things where the doors open and like 5 dudes look at you like
I'm glad to hear that.
And you have to cram yourself in.
I hope there were no masks either, or at least very few.
It was 50-50.
Okay.
50-50 mask. There was 1 or 2 people who would like yell something. And people would get like scared. Like
I think you mean again. Showtime, and they start dancing.
No. It was more like, is today the stabbing day? No, it's not.
Wow. So so your trip to Queens felt less like an ALD lookbook and more like some crime could be happening.
Well, this was while we were still in Manhattan.
Okay.
Just every once in a while you have somebody who's mentally unstable.
Yeah, that's right.
And before they get on or off the subway, they might just like scream in infidelity into the air. Okay. And everyone in the...
Thank you for that Dashboard Confessional reference.
Turns around like, oh, fuck, God, what's happening?
Not today. Okay. So you took the train, first mistake, but also economical.
You have to.
You don't have to.
Well, the Blade was out of service.
Friend of the show, Jeff Hendrickson, went today as a guest of Ralph Lauren. They were chauffeured there.
Oh, okay. So as a guest... Okay. Well... I mean, I'm marrying rich, but not that rich.
It's better to take the subway, 100%.
Yeah. Well, once I step my money up, then I'll be able to be chauffeured.
I mean, I don't think you will.
Don't get me wrong. I would love to be in some type of, Amex party bus going down there.
The Amex party sprinter.
Just Grey Goose Jello shooters and, JP Morgan push-up contest.
Now, how? Because I've heard from sources as well as my own two eyes that the tournament is rammed this year, much like that subway car.
Rammed.
There's too many people.
I mean, it's like I don't understand because it's like here's our tennis stadium. It holds 10,000 people.
No, it holds a lot of people.
Let's say it holds 20,000.
Arthur Ashe holds a lot of people.
Ashby holding 30.
No, I don't know.
Let's call it 20.
Okay.
Just so you would think there'd be like 20,000 people there.
Mm-mm.
Where are all these people? They just walk around. They want
to be in the grounds.
They want to be in the grounds.
Much like the Hinman Hill over at Wimbledon where you watch the TV.
But it's so random.
The idea of going to something, it's like, I'm going to go to this concert and stand outside so I can hear it and then buy a bootleg T-shirt and leave. Like,
that used to be fun and cool because it'd be you and like 78 other people. And like we're gonna climb up into the tree at the Hollywood Bowl and catch a couple.
This
Jane's
is people
Addiction
watching
tunes.
on a giant TV, though.
Right. Oh yeah. Like when the Timberwolves are gonna win. On
exactly.
the road, and everyone goes and watches it in some park. There's something about. I think the problem is it's just so driven by spending now.
Bro.
That's the reason why it's so congested. It's just like every single moment, every touch point. Every 5 feet you walk is a new line to stand in for something to buy, which is just Manhattan in general now. There's just
that's because to be here you have to be rich, and that's why I love it.
Yeah, but
there's a juice press at the U.S. Open, at least last year. So I hope you kind of stopped in and checked that out.
No, I did not check out.
Okay,
I'm not there to buy juice.
Did you get some sushi? Like, what did we?
No. We didn't eat any.
There's some
food
good fries. They're known for the fries.
We had some fuku chicken tendies. I had to cross the picket line and eat some Dave Chang food. I'm sure he didn't touch it himself.
How were they?
The tendy was hitting. I will
really?
say.
Well, I mean,
waffle fries were soggy, and the seasoning was too sugary. But otherwise, it was a nice treat.
Because it's all like New York, like.
It's just like poke bowl. It's like airport.
Okay.
It's like being at the airport.
Okay.
You want poke bowl?
I feel like at one point there was
chicken burger.
At one point there was a Dean DeLuca for sure.
There's an Italy there too, but
yeah.
I don't think they do a retina scan for how rich you are. And I hope
Mario was there, kind of cooking up.
Mario's in there tossing dough. Sure.
We went last night to a restaurant called 1/5, a new restaurant that was quite good, but it was in an old. I've been here before. I'm like, it's an old Batali spot that got shut down.
Oh, really?
Shut down. Yeah.
1/5.
Yeah.
Do you know the origin of that fun name?
It's 1/5 Avenue, so it's like an old. It's like a building that's been there. For
I was thinking fractions, like a bozo.
It's a building that's been there for like 200 years. It was
like
quite
1/5 of Mario's accusers have come out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I wanted to ask you quickly, not to get us off track. They had an item on the menu last night called Pisa, Pisa.
PI, like leaning tower up.
Exactly. And they're like, this is similar to a pizza, but it's 3 different kinds of flour, and then there's like more or less water or something. It was delicious.
Was it impossibly crispy?
No, it was like nice. It had a nice heft. It was very good.
Was it gluten-free?
No.
Oh, okay.
They did offer a gluten-free noodle though. 2 different
that's
kinds.
Fun.
It was quite good.
So pizza, 3 different flours. I'm sure you remembered the flours.
I don't, but I was like,
because
I was looking at them and I was like, I thought these are pasta, and then the server, who was quite chatty, explained the origin, of course, of the pizza.
Catch their name?
No, it's a new restaurant, so they're still talking too much.
Got it.
They don't hate us yet. All right, I'm sorry. So you're at the U.S. Open. How bad are your seats?
Pretty bad.
Okay, pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
I think this is a good inaugural experience for you. I've luckily never had to sit in a bad seat, but I have in my lifetime.
Well, I mean, yeah, I didn't have to. It was just one of those things where we were like, if I really wanted to like DM a bunch of people, I could probably scrounge up some type of access to some area.
You could have swept the Lacoste box and they would have let you stay.
Not Lacoste. I'm not slumming it. Just kidding.
I don't think they're part of it.
I mean, yeah, the Wilson, our good friends Jake and Adrian decided to not extend the offer to let me join them in the Wilson booth. I'm sure there's a Rolex area that some people had access to, and the blah blah blah. But I think it's like you have to put your energy out into the world and be like, hey guys, I'm a member of this community. It's like when you go to your first Burning Man, they don't roll out the red carpet.
What's
for
the
you.
Community you're part of? Influencers, or you mean tennis fans?
Like I feel like you have to sort of earn the right to be plucked from the nosebleeds dropped into.
I wish I felt the same way. And this is loser thinking, but I like that you've justified. I've liked that you've justified the location of your seats in this kind of highfalutin way. That's nice.
Well, the irony is that we were on vacation in Sicily, a month ago, and like
let's not go back there.
Laying by a pool, smoking cigs and reading my CAA book, and resting and relaxing, and then my life partner was nice enough to be like, hey, you always say you want to go to the U.S. Open every year for your birthday, it falls through the cracks. We never go. Let's go this year. I'm gonna. Show me how to, send me the ticket link and I'll buy tickets and I'll take you for your birthday. And I'm like, sick, that's awesome. And tickets, good seats are how much?
Thousands
of dollars.
For that level for that, like that deep in the tournament?
For the men's semifinals.
Yeah. I'm only kidding, Jason, because I know as a DJ and an influencer, you thrive off of energy.
Oh, yeah.
And I think what you're able to get being in Ash, no matter where you're sitting, is energy. In the
nosebleeds, there's too much energy.
Yeah. That is a problem.
And unfortunately, the energy is just energy I'm not used to. Because when I'm at like
Are you saying you don't have a lot of Jewish friends?
That is a big... Yeah. Every time a set finishes, people... People in sweater vests and like salmon colored shorts, and or maybe a pair of bird dogs or on runnings.
These are wasps that you're talking about.
Yeah, they're like, all right, set, and then you take a little break, and then these wasps scatter like cockroaches to go run out and buy a new $22 Grey Goose cocktail with little green honeydew melon balls. I didn't drink that piss. You kidding me? $22 for a fucking
Jason
Applebee's Cosmo.
It's so upsetting to me when
I'm not going to drink a raspberry liqueur cocktail.
It's a when in Rome.
That's what like 13-year-olds drink.
It's a when in Rome situation.
When in Rome, I drink Heineken Tall Boys.
How much is the Heineken Tall Boy?
I don't know. I probably spent $8,000 on Heineken yesterday.
So was the Heineken Tall Boy? Was this like Coachella pricing? You think? Or you don't you don't check the price tag.
I don't check the price tag with my great Amex Platinum card, but I do. Yeah, I mean they're probably $18 per beer.
Yeah,
and it's just a can that would be 99 cents.
Did you get pissy at all, or was it just to hydrate, basically?
Well, I showed up 2 drinks in.
Okay.
And I had 20 milligrams of edibles flowing through my thick veins.
Unfortunately, I feel like if you're drunk before getting on the train kind of sucks that out of you. It's a sobering experience.
Less than 5 minutes. I was stone cold sober.
Okay.
Less than 5 minutes.
So the edibles were worthless.
No. And then, I had a pocket full of edibles.
Oh, you were able to continue popping them like Pringles throughout the evening.
Once you lose your high, then you're able to smoke again or chew again.
Oh, okay.
Swallow them whole.
Okay.
Boof them however you please.
Yeah.
So I was...
You going into the U.S. open bathroom to shove edibles up your ass in between sets.
Any port in the storm. I don't want to be doing it. You guys don't want to be seeing it.
Look, I'm stressed out, bro.
But I felt bad because it was a stressful situation because you walk into Ash and they're like, oh, here's 75,000 wasps.
Yeah.
And they're all crammed. I mean, it's like Ellis Island. You know what I mean? It's just insanity. And you just stand there.
I don't do well with that.
You can't move.
And it's hot.
So I got a good high going. I got a good buzz going. And I got a life partner with me who does not like any of this. And she's like zipping through the crowd.
She'd prefer not to be there and you're high and trailing.
Well, I'm just like, hey, I'm finally here. We finally made it from fucking Brooklyn all the way to Queens on a train. You got to walk all the way. You got to walk the plank. You got to scan this and here and this app here and blah, blah, blah.
Open your bag, sir.
Check the bag, blah, blah, and just to walk from like the train to where your seat is was like an hour.
Yeah.
And it's an hour of constant fighting.
Yeah. I've done this.
It's just like, oh, sorry. I'm just going to.
I've done this. I mean, I went to the weekend last week. It's the same thing.
No, because at crypto.com arena, they have.
This wasn't crypto.com arena. That's where you fucked up. This is a football stadium, which is much bigger and much more annoying.
True. I guess I'm saying the stadiums I'm used to, the stadiums and arenas that I'm used to, Waterfall's voice.
Yeah, I was about to
are crypto, Dodger Stadium, whatever, all these places. Bowery Ballroom, where our show is going. These are places where 300 days out of the year they got something. They're a well-oiled machine. Arthur Ashe, they're open 2 weeks a year.
And you're saying they're not well-oiled. You're firing shots.
It was not well-oiled at all.
Okay, so you're saying these seasonal employees that are probably paid below minimum wage to swelter in the heat weren't kind of servicing you in the way that you would like.
That's a good tennis pull right there, Chris.
No problem. Well, I meant blowjob, but there's other kinds of servicing, I guess.
No, I didn't.
I'm more of a slice on the tee, if I can. You know what I mean?
It wasn't, and then like once you find the one of the biggest reasons for the bottleneck was once you get in and they scan your ticket, there were people handing Moderna pharmaceutical Chinese fans.
So Moderna paid upwards of $5 million to seed fans.
Yes.
And is it because they're promoting a new booster?
I think it's just general product awareness and brand awareness.
They're just like, guys, we made a lot of money last year. Let's kind of ramp up the advertising budget.
It's the same, like Coca-Cola doesn't need to spend... No, it's the same kind of thing.
But Coca-Cola is a consumer product. Moderna is a faceless, like medicine.
Look,
company.
It felt odd to me, and the weird part is they would have like between sets or breaks or whatever, they would have like pep rally style things where they do like the fan cam where the camera's zooming around like who's it gonna be, and there's like a 5-year-old doing the TikTok dance and blah blah blah, and they had like young, sort of attractive girls, a little homely, but it's Moderna. They can't be too sexy. And they have these
Nothing
big...
says homely like a vaccine.
Like they're trying to make Big Pharma more
Big Pharma is homely as hell. There's nothing you can do about
Big
that.
Pharma could lose 20, sure.
Yeah, of course. No, she was cute in high school.
And they will go around and they hand you this big sign. Like it looks like a protest sign, maybe like 3 feet by 2. And it's just like a Moderna logo. It's just like an orange piece of cardboard that says like Moderna on it, and it probably says like hashtag US Open 22 or whatever. And they hand it to people and then pose for the camera. And it's like on television. And they're like, hey, hold up this like pharmaceutical company's logo. And people grab it.
And love it.
And I've never seen bigger smile on someone's face. Just like,
see, when advertising works like this, and this is why, I mean, this is a whole nother issue, obviously.
And this is tier 1.
These are
all people who make as much money as I do or way more. I'm at the bottom of this. Like, these are all people who are very wealthy, who are very intelligent.
But no, see, Jason,
what is the difference?
Here's what you're forgetting. People that have regular, boring lives, they don't get the kind of attention that someone in your position gets.
I get a lot of attention.
You're getting stopped on the street, not only for your height, but for your kind of low level celebrity status.
Big dick.
Yeah. hey.
What's it smell like?
You're getting stopped for a multitude of reasons, some good, some bad. You're being recognized. There's photos of you out in the world. These losers don't get any of this. So for them to promote a, I would say, microchip, on TV. No problem for them. This is the coolest thing that's ever happened to them. You know what I mean? So, you didn't see Ben Stiller with the sign. You see these
Ben Smarter, yeah.
Yeah, you see these homely chicks that like are there with their finance boyfriend, and they're a little drunk, and it's fun.
And they're just like, they sell me the disease so they can sell me the cure.
Exactly.
And they love it. Yeah, that does make sense.
I don't love that tennis, a pure sport, has been infected, no pun intended.
That's good stuff.
With this big pharma advertising. I liked when it was just Grey Goose, Amex.
Yeah, I don't see what the problem is. It's just like Amex, JP Morgan.
Yeah.
Just blue chip
fastballs
only.
down the middle. Fastballs down the middle. Why do you need to throw a curve? You know, and I would appreciate a ride maybe next year in an American-made Suburban, the American Express shuttle. But no, I don't.
Yeah, so fuck Moderna.
That doesn't surprise me at all, though, because I think that Big Pharma is just dancing on our grave. They're laughing all the way to the bank. Like, we got these motherfuckers for 3 years.
Yeah, because I was in the Amex experience. Tennis is epic with Amex. And I'm walking around here. I'm like, it's a completely useless activation.
Of course.
That a creative agency created.
Don't come for the agencies. They're merely pawns here, and they should cash these checks.
But I'm like,
how fun can it be, Jason?
I've been out of the agency game for a while, and
Thank God.
And it's just like you walk in, and it's like, here. What if we put a bunch of like house plants inside? Like that would look cool. And it's just like a bunch of just games.
Yeah, Jason.
It's a claw machine, and you get an Amex keychain.
Yeah. What else are they supposed to do? You have to understand, this is for general population.
$10 million for this. $10 million for this.
Yeah, but this is a general population activation, basically. Like, it's like people, it's not
all card holders are welcome upstairs.
That's what I'm saying. All card holders, that's literally anybody with a pulse.
That's how you get into the upstairs area. The downstairs area is available for everyone. I mean, it's like it's basically just a classist system where
don't get into your little calm
everyone
down.
can walk in. You know, when
it's a VIP room.
When you go to the airport and you're in the lounge and it's like above and all the people are below, and you look at them and you're like, look at these people. They make me sick to my stomach.
Well, unfortunately, much like the American Express activation at the US Open, the Delta lounges are, I would say, oversold. They've lowered the requirements to get in, so now there's literally a line at JFK to get into the lounge.
I saw it.
I'm like, if there's a line, I'm not going.
There's a 50-person line to get into the lounge.
It's crazy.
Which means once you get into the lounge,
I know where to sit.
I
can barely. The Wi-Fi's probably over. How
am I supposed to let my nuts hang by the hot oatmeal bar? But luckily, as an Amex member, I was able to access Nancy Silverton's Country Kitchen at the LAX Centurion Lounge, open at 6 a.m.
What did they have? What did Nancy have for you over there?
Oh, it was a soft scramble.
Oh,
obviously, since I am doing a little cheating on my Parmesan and fish diet.
So did the sauce?
But I did not eat any bacon.
Did it taste like baby food, or was it good?
It was good.
Okay.
I mean, I had avocado toast. It probably had some dukkha on there.
Oh, don't
some Aleppo spices.
You're saying somebody snuck dukkha into the airport?
Nancy fucked around and did the unthinkable.
Nancy had that shit taped to her thighs like it was a brick.
The LAX union employees are like, you must have me all the way fucked up. You think I'm going to delightfully sprinkle this avocado toast with dukkha?
So you're telling me you put a vegetable on top of bread and then you sprinkle this shit?
Oh, hell no.
You want me to whip this up? This shit got to be a paste now?
It was fucked up. You people are crazy.
I actually noticed there's a limited edition avocado toast available at Delta One right now.
Does it have any like key factors that would differentiate it from your grandmother's Arvo?
No. I think it's limited edition in the sense that it's not always on the menu. Just the pure fact.
Well, the avocado is a seasonal fruit, and it is a fruit, not a vegetable.
I understand. I didn't even think about that. Okay.
Yeah. So I think like halfway through the match, and luckily I was sitting next to. I met a lot of podcast fans this week.
Is that true?
A lot of a lot of bros. And a few ladies. Just kidding. It was all guys. But yeah, I had a lot of run-ins.
Okay.
All over town, in the city, and in Brooklyn. I think maybe 5 or 6 different people at the US Open. There are a couple of tall British fellas who made me who asked for a photo while I was getting some Heinekens, and that made all the wasps around me very pissed off.
I'm sure.
But I was sitting next to a guy who's a listener of the pod, and he's like, you sitting up here is not good for the brand. I'm just going to tell you that. Grant was correct.
I'm glad that Grant kind of sides with me on things, because that's why I didn't go to the US Open. I'm like, I can either spend 3 racks, right. I DM Ralph Lauren and pray, or just watch it on TV, and I'm good.
Maybe we need to align ourselves with Racket Magazine.
I'm as aligned with Racket Magazine as I can be, but Caitlin's not calling me.
Where the tick's at, though?
Caitlin, you're gonna get a call.
We might have to invite her on the pod one more time.
I'll have her on the pod anytime. She's a great guest.
She's a champion podder.
Maybe for the next major, we'll have her on after it, before the finals.
Cincinnati just passed. I got to check my program.
Check my program.
Halfway through the match, and I wanted to say shout out to Grant, who I was sitting next to, who was nice enough to keep the Heinekens flowing every time we would
and
get
Grant
up.
Grant was alone?
He had a few friends.
Okay.
He had a few friends.
But he wasn't with a chick.
He was not with a chick.
Did you ask him why?
I did not ask him why. He may have had a life partner, but he was coming solo.
What was the drip looking like on Grant?
He was like probably about a 30-year-old. He just looked like a cool New York guy.
What do you think Grant's annual income is before taxes?
85.
Okay, so he's young.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had a nice vintage New York Mets hat on. He was very knowledgeable about tennis.
Oh, that's good. So is he a player?
I could only assume, yeah.
Okay.
But he's like a lifelong tennis fan. Like, he knew a lot about the scoring system.
And he was able to share some of that knowledge with you in a way that was nice and not annoying.
Oh, 1,000%.
This guy sounds like a winner to me.
It was great. I mean,
are you saying that you would maybe take this relationship to the next level? Could it be fan to maybe text friends? Is that...
Yeah. Grant, if you're listening, send me a DM on IG.
Okay.
Because I did, unfortunately, I was too embarrassed to say goodbye to him before we did the
Irish
goodbye.
Okay.
Because the only thing better than watching tennis at the U.S. Open is leaving before the 30,000 people.
Yeah, I've never stayed till the end of anything. Like, I'll leave anything early. Any event, you leave early. It's amateur hour to stay till the end. It will absolutely ruin your day.
I like tennis. I like playing it. I don't like watching it enough to stick around to the end.
It's one of those situations where watching it in person is impressive if you're close enough. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, it's like I was watching it last night on TV after dinner. I was relaxed. I'd had a shower,
It's nicer to watch it at home.
It's nicer to watch it at home. Most things are nicer at home. I would say live music is the only thing that I would like to see. And even then, I'm usually disappointed.
True that.
Who cares?
But halfway through the match, I looked over to Carolyn and I was like, we can never come back here again on our own accord, on our own dime. Like, we have to, I was like, we can't come here again without Emily Oberg or
she was like, look, I didn't ever want to come here at all. This is for your birthday, you big bitch.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
pretty much.
I would also like to point out that we're celebrating your birthday tonight as well. And I'm just a little confused by the timing. So if you could kind of let me know why.
So the timing that you have an issue with is the fact that we're having dinner on a Saturday night.
No. I'm not having an issue with that. I just wanted to hash something else out here in the public forum.
Oh, more the timing.
That my 40th birthday, which is it's obviously the Queen died, so that's kind of stealing a little thunder for me, but it's as close to a national holiday as it could be.
I'm glad you brought this up, Chris.
And so it's on the 11th, which is early. But it's in LA and it's been planned for a little while. So after that's planned, it's confirmed, the invite's gone out. You text me. Mm-hmm. We're having a birthday dinner for me in New York at the beautiful new Le Rock restaurant in Rockefeller Center.
Thank you to Al from
Thank you for Al for everything this weekend, I guess.
Yeah, Al.
Go to GG's, tip your bartenders. And
yeah.
So just to be clear, you planned this party. So there's a dinner at 8:30 p.m.
Yeah.
And I had to move my flight, which cost me upwards of $500, so that I could stay here to celebrate you, which I'm happy to do.
Yeah.
And then go back tomorrow on my flight at 7 a.m., and then I'm going to feel bad for my own birthday. Is this you trolling me? Is this on purpose?
First of all, do you think I would ever plan a birthday dinner for myself?
Great point. This was what I was betting on, and I'm glad that you've confirmed this because there was a lot of different ideas in my head.
Well, try this on for size. Speaking of coming out of pocket for flights. So I was not planning on coming to New York at all.
I wanted you to look, all cards on the table. I wanted you to come to be a part of the J. Crew thing because that's something important to me, and I wanted you to be there. And they were like, "Well, dress Jason. Sure, this will be great." You know what I mean? So I appreciate that.
Yeah. And $4,000 later, here I am. Don't worry. Carolyn got Delta One.
Okay.
On the way over.
Okay.
I was in a nice middle seat in Comfy Plus.
Okay. But again, so you're saying that this dinner...
So there was basically it was like, here's the whole thing happened while we were on holiday. Yes. So like while we're in Sicily, 10K in the hole for that.
Yeah.
She was like, you know what?
You're drinking water.
Let's spend some more.
You're drinking water while you're in a bathtub. You know what I mean? It's
something about these fucking bitches where they gotta buy plane tickets and hotels while they're on
no. It's
vacation.
It's unbelievable because it's truly something that I don't think men do. I'm dead serious. I don't think men do that. I really don't.
I haven't been on a trip in the last 2 years where we didn't plan another trip while we were on the trip.
You know what, bro?
I digress. I can't talk too much.
I think we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to add 100 tour dates. The only way for us to avoid this is to be gone as much as possible. Sam Gans.
Wait, that's good. Gone as much as possible.
High Road Touring. If you're listening to this, fire up the machine. I know it's a Saturday night, but we got to get to work.
Let's do 2 weeks in Alaska.
I'm going. I'll do chuckle fuckers in Cleveland every night this week. I don't give a shit. I'll lose money.
I'll visit war-torn countries.
yeah.
Where the U.S. Embassy says it's not safe to travel to.
We're gonna do a strong 2 hours in Kosovo, and I don't give a shit. As long as I don't ever have
I'll travel by boat.
As long as I don't ever have to go to Italy again, I'll go anywhere else. So you're saying that...
So basically it was like, all right, I'm going to buy you a ticket for the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is the match. Like, we're not going to go to the finals on a Sunday because that's your birthday.
That's right.
CB40 9/11. And I was like, I can't go to a women's match. So...
Of course.
We got September 9th right there. And then it was like, okay, well, we got that. On the 7th is the Jacru party, which I had to buy my own flight and hotel for, which is fun.
We weren't flying mid-tier in, sorry.
Oh, you think I'm mid-tier?
That's
sweet.
I'm feeling generous because we are celebrating your birthday on this podcast as well as at dinner after this at 8:30 p.m.
Yeah. So, long story short, I didn't do it. I wouldn't have done any of this.
So you're saying, long story short, you don't apologize because it's not your fault.
Well, I am thanking you for sticking around and adjusting your flight. That is nice of you and your partner.
Yeah, I would have it no other way. I'm not even. Obviously I don't care about money. But
I'm here for like 4 nights or so.
Yeah,
and like every day, like we land on Wednesday, and go straight to the J Crew. Thursday we have a pod with Did. I'm hungover as a bastard editing in the hotel all day.
Dead pod, very popular.
It was a great episode.
Great album, great people. Can't wait to see them live.
Shout out to Jason because Emily's not listening.
I was talking to Kevin Morby about it today, and Morby said those guys could be as big as the Killers with the right production. He's like, those songs are like Bad Love, the single. He's like, that's as big as it gets. I'm like, damn, you're right. Honestly, you're right.
So Bad Love, Bad Producer is what it was.
No, I think it's just like, I think that if you go in with a different mindset,
if they went in with Calvin Harris,
someone like that,
Swedish House Mafia, Metro Booming,
Metro Booming's coming out of retirement,
Blade.
So
like every day was very accounted for. Every day has a thing. Yesterday was the tennis. Today's this thing. It's just one of those things. But it's kind of tough because somebody like me who's like, I never ask for anything, so that nobody asks me for anything. You know what I mean? It's a toxic Virgo trait that I am not working on.
No, I'm not working on it either. Fuck that. I'm happy to celebrate you, and it's no problem at all.
No.
And the best part is that...
But this is why we have our wonderful partners in our life to do these things for us that we won't do.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Which is one way to look at it.
I can't wait to eat some fussy food at 8:30 p.m. You know what I mean? Nothing I love more than Southern French cuisine. But luckily for you, there's a kind of a Kendall Jenner and Will Welch from GQ are hosting your birthday after party,
which is so nice of them.
And thanks to our friends over at Forward, you know what I mean, for doing that. I don't know who's DJing. Does it say who's DJing? I'm sorry. Zach B is DJing. Oh, you already
My man.
You already know Big Bia in the building. So we'll
I saw Zach eating some Korean barbecue for lunch a couple weeks ago at Parks Barbecue. Didn't say hi. He may have been on a date. I didn't want to.
Who goes on a daytime date at Parks Barbecue on a weekday?
Zach and a nice looking guy. I don't know.
It was a guy. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, I get you. No.
And also, that was the day that Parks Barbecue lost my valet key, the Tesla card. The valet guy gave it to somebody else. We're still 2 weeks out. No sign of it.
That's why I don't go to Korean restaurants. Besides the food being
they
bad.
handled it quite well. It's the valet's fault, not
no, I'm sure, of
not
course.
The Korean matriarch.
Well, I'm excited to celebrate you. I didn't want to have that confrontation on the podcast, but I knew the answer, and that's why I
did want
asked.
To have it.
Huh?
I did want to have it on the podcast. Yeah. So, what else do we have here? All right, Chris, what's your top 3 favorite prescription pills?
I'm just
kidding.
I'm happy. This week in New York has been absolutely taxing on my mental and physical.
Yeah, it actually has not been for me because I've been in Brooklyn the whole time where not a care in the world happens because not a thing happens.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, when you're surrounded by that much ugliness, it's hard to kind of feel anything is what I have experienced there. But I've just had a lot going on. There's a shoot, and then I had to
You've been busy working.
I've been working. I'm on my absolute grind. That's what happens here in the Big Apple. Yeah. And if
you didn't have fitness, I don't know where you would be.
Mm-hmm. No, it's true. And we went to today, and I have to suggest this for our listeners. There's a Wolfgang Tillmans retrospective at the MoMA, and it is absolutely amazing. Best thing I've seen in years.
Wow.
And I would highly suggest going. Frank Ocean was there.
You are Wolfgang pilled, though.
Frank Ocean was there. Jefferson Hack was there with his daughter, with Kate Moss. And the guy checking me out at the store was a How Long Gone listener. Oh. So it was a big afternoon in Midtown.
All I heard was Frank,
Bro, this fucking guy.
I'm sure he looked great.
I didn't see him, but...
Could you see the ring?
What, his dick ring?
Yeah.
No, I think only Omar's seeing that, you know what I'm saying?
Omar!
So are you getting absolutely twisted tonight?
I hope not. I mean, I want to be good and drunk, sure. But I think on Wednesday at Je Crew, it was tough because whenever first day out, the feds.
Once Y Control didn't come on, you were like, 3 more Coronitas, please.
No, it was like, all right, boom, I'm in New York. I'm finally here. Been on a plane all day. Blah, blah, blah. I'm finally here. And you just start drinking, man. You start chugging it up.
And then the day after the Queen died, I mean, I'm sure you were kind of...
I'm not ready to talk about that.
Okay, well, I didn't know. I sent the beans to the hotel as kind of like a... in remembrance.
That was sweet.
Gift.
That was sweet.
I didn't know if you didn't have a hot plate in there, so you couldn't enjoy them, I guess.
I wasn't able to roast them.
I think you're going to get to it. Who's even coming to this dinner? I don't even know who's coming to this dinner.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Them jeans.
Okay.
You.
Okay.
Our chicks.
Okay.
David Cho.
Okay.
Nomi Fry.
Okay.
Ben Edgar.
Okay.
And Andy Nauman.
Okay. So that's it. So this is another question I'm having.
8 top.
Huh?
We got an 8 top.
This is another question I find so interesting is because it's like you don't even have any friends here, So it's like we're really having to kind of cobble this together.
No, I mean, trust me, I wish I could have done a more.
Because Arca's in town, and I don't see him on the list, so it's kind of weird to me.
Them.
Charlie XCX is in town, not on the list.
Look,
I think that
Charlie and I are close, but I don't know if we're that close.
Doja is here performing.
Everyone's here.
I know. There's a big Mark Jacobs party tonight at Elsewhere in Kirst Bushwick, and the lineup is wild. It's the most Them Jeans lineup I've ever seen.
We got Pink Panthers,
Charlie XCX, Doja Cat, and there's a few more.
That's a crazy lineup.
There's a few more. I don't understand how much money they're spending.
Also, Elsewhere is 700 cap, something like that.
It's big. It's almost just like a proper venue. So that's what's cool about doing a party there. I did go to the. I went to dinner with former guest of the show, Adam Ray, friend of the show, Ryan Williams, and Alex, and a few other people to 9 Orchard.
Orch
to eat at the Dime Square Hotel. Pretty good.
It was a pretty good $78 shrimp cocktail, I'm sure.
The shrimp cocktail was actually $28.
Okay. How jumbo were these little guys?
I think we need to make a shirt that lists shrimp cocktail prices at all of our favorite restaurants.
Ooh.
That's a good idea, right?
I like that.
Are you ready to hit the road? Are you excited about our recently announced tour dates? Tickets on sale now.
I'm excited to do some solo travel. I will say that.
No, I mean, I think that as much as we like to complain about being in those flyover cities,
no offense to my badass chick.
Of course, no, of course, same.
She a baddie though.
I think that the mundaneness of some of that lifestyle is truly calming to the soul in a way that like I like to complain about it, but I think it's kind of good for you if you go into it with the right mindset. I think like the monotony of doing it and kind of like day in, day out, you kind of know what's happening, and there's obviously some X factors and some surprises, but overall you're kind of doing the same shit every day.
You might lose your wallet at the Atlanta airport or something like that.
Yeah.
On the first day.
You might have to pull your business partner away from 4 mouth breathers in Philadelphia, but it's
not in Philadelphia, in every city.
In every city. That's what it is. But I think that this new style of this style of touring we're doing now, which is more of like a, I wish it was more Mayor style where we just flew back home every night. You know what I mean? But I think
we're not quite there yet.
I think that it's an interesting approach, and we're going to nail down some. I've been working on some guests to announce later.
Ooh,
some people we've seen this week. I wanted to talk about the Susan Alexandra.
Yeah, buy some tickets, guys. We're coming in. I know a lot of people already have. But yeah, LA, we got Highland Park, we got the Troubadour in West Hollywood, Sunset Strip, classic venue. I think there's a band playing the day before called Goat Punishment.
Right.
Which is a great little 1-2 punch if you want to see Goat and then kind of bring the tent and camp out.
Yeah, funny. Rebounder's actually playing the night before Music Hall of Williamsburg.
Shiver me timbers.
That's funny. Yes. And then we're doing Bowery Ballroom in Manhattan. And then I'm going to see if I can make it to Music Hall of Williamsburg. It's not looking good. I think Jason might kind of have to take
that'll be a solo ep.
Jason's kind of taking that one on his own.
I'll see if the saxophone player in Vampy Weeks can come and fill in for you.
Who's around this week? Yeah, but we went to the Susan Alexandra show. It was at the Comedy Cellar.
Yeah.
And it was just straight up.
Great venue.
Stand up. It was just 8 different people, and it was pretty good. And there was one.
As somebody who does not enjoy stand-up comedy, what
I liked about it? I liked that it was everybody did 5 minutes. You know what I mean? It was just like
tight 5. It was nothing but murderers.
There was one comedian
trying out new stuff.
There was a comedian from Canada who did the entire 8 minutes or whatever about abortion. And the joke was that we should allow abortion up until 10 years old. And it was really fucking funny. It was really good.
Okay. So they bring it up, and then he does the twist at the end is he wants it to allow abortions up until 10 years old.
I believe they. I'm not sure. It was that kind of. So then there was this guy Kareem who actually
they don't like breeders, so it does make sense. We got to kill some 8-year-olds.
This guy Kareem, who's like a regular straight guy, did his set and it did not go well. and he found me on Twitter and was like, "Thank you, Chris Black. You're the only guy laughing at my hetero jokes at the Susan Alexandra's fashion show. I appreciate you."
Kareem, know your crowd.
He didn't know the crowd, and then.
Do you remember any of his hetero jokes?
No, I mean,
fellas, do you ever be watching the football game and everyone's like,
he even just saying fellas they started doing. But the woman from Saturday Night Live that does the really good impressions, the Drew Barrymore,
Sarah Squirm.
No, she was there too. She was funny.
Yeah.
Chloe, she's got blonde hair.
Chloe Feynman.
She's a Scientologist.
Oh gosh.
We were sitting. So Alex and I were sitting.
Scientologist and lives in Highland Park.
Sitting next to Ella and like right next to the stage, and she's doing her thing. Then she looks over. She's like, "Oh shit, I made fun of you on Saturday Night Live." And started talking about, and Ella was loving it. It was really funny. It was really funny. She did some great impressions, I have to say.
Bay said the funniest person, or her favorite person was the MC, the big fella.
Yeah, the MC made someone in the front row so uncomfortable that I thought she was going to leave.
How so?
Just like joking about her outfit, but she was like it honestly looked like she was going to hyperventilate.
Really?
Yeah, it was like a funny.
Don't sit front row if you can't handle it, hunty.
Luckily, it was a seating chart, so. But no, I think that overall it was really fun. It was like really cool and like a smart thing to do.
It's a good idea, a good spin, a good way to show off the clothes.
And the MC just would come on. He would just come on the stage every time with like 3 different bags on his arm, and that was the shtick for like 8. It was good. It was fun to be in, and I think that like I don't know. I just thought it was like an inventive.
It was.
It was cool.
Smart idea.
It was cool.
All powered by Bonza.
Of course, they were giving out Bonza hot slices.
Hot slices. Was it yummy?
I didn't enjoy it. I didn't partake.
Yeah, speaking of mouth breathers, I was at Equinox Williamsburg today.
Oh my God. Are you good? Bro, put a mask on.
I'm not good. I gotta say, I'm spoiled. I'm so spoiled in Glendale. Obviously, no shade to Equinox. Thank you for giving me a
Are you saying there wasn't
pass.
a single Armenian trainer at the Williamsburg Equinox?
Zero. It was weird because like my location is just it's pristine.
Mm-hmm.
The boys in there and they keep it. You know, I can eat breakfast off the floor in the shower. It's so clean. All the Q-tips are perfect. You know, look like cigarettes at a Mary Kate and Ashley party.
It's beautiful,
spotless, constantly being cleaned, not overcrowded. All the machines work well. And the Williamsburg one, I felt like I was at Rikers with the fucking. With some Pelotons in the corner. Not a single square foot of room to do anything.
And this is what time on a Saturday?
This was like 11 a.m. probably.
Yeah, I think unfortunately...
obviously it's going to be packed.
Yeah, unfortunately I think that is prime time, especially on a weekend. But also, I know you're not going to grustle 6 a.m. on a Saturday when you're hungover. There's no point.
No.
I'm not surprised by this. My question to you is, were there hotties? Were people getting it in?
Yes and yes.
Okay. So if you can...
But the one in like the Equinox in Soho, it's a little bit different.
Hotter and more getting it in.
Yeah. Actually, no. Getting it in maybe a little bit less.
Okay.
But hotter.
That's because they have better genetics. They don't have to try as hard. That's kind of my guess there.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I could have told you this, but Williamsburg is the worst place in America. That's the dead truth. Like that's worse than Flint. Like it's the worst place in America. Because it is so big now. You know what I mean? It's like so populated and it's so like
there shouldn't even be an Equinox.
That's
in
my point. So it has all
which
this,
is next to the Sephora
it's
and
got
next
an
to the
Apple store and a Sephora. So it was
Foods.
This once cool neighborhood that is now basically. For many reasons, of course, I would rather be in Soho because at least it's just like it is what it is. No one pretends that it's something that it's not. There's
going to be the M&M store,
100%,
and the Kith store.
There's going to be a line. There's going to be a line outside of the Supreme all the time, and that's you're getting that, and that's totally fine. Mm-hmm. And Mad Happy did open today. I wasn't able to check it out, unfortunately, but I guess it's just like. Williamsburg has none of the history of Williamsburg is not like, this is where, XYZ lived and this is where this amazing restaurant was. It's literally like, oh yeah, man, that guy, he used to live over there. McKibben Street lofts are sick, bro. I OD'd there once. And it's just so cool,
I know this really good like metal artist who used to have a
Do you know that song House of Jealous Lovers? Bro, I saw that guy yesterday at Variety. It's sick. But it's just like it's like I guess maybe it's just because it's not old enough yet. So maybe in 20 or 30 years we'll look back and actually people will care that James Murphy planted his flag there.
And I did go to Four Horsemen. Thanks for the hospitality, fam.
Is James Murphy, kind of the Basquiat of Williamsburg?
Speaking of Dusty, even though we're not talking about it, when we were at the US Open yesterday, the camera we'll do the celebs is like, blah blah blah. Jamie Foxx.
They didn't have the 70 millimeter. They couldn't get to you up there. They didn't have the Nat Geo.
They had the technology. They chose not to use it. But you got Jamie Foxx wearing like an awful cowboy hat thingy, and but Michelle Obama was front row.
Yeah,
and the crowd. I have never seen or heard a crowd cheer that loud. Like it was 10 times louder than when like any crazy point happened.
Oh, of course, bro.
It was so wild. But then they went down into the dustiest booth you would ever seen. Joel McHale, Jason Biggs, and LCD Sound System.
Not Biggs.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love Joel McHale. I have a soft spot for him. Yeah. And he's good looking, so I'm going to give him a pass here. Sure. I don't know how he got the tickets. That's fucking crazy. But Jason Biggs, he must be beasting in the underground. He must be low key a producer.
I don't know, man.
So is James Murphy or the whole band?
It was James Murphy, Joel, and Biggs.
What do you think?
1, 2, 3.
You think those three were talking about being Eskimo brothers, or do you think they were talking about like? I can't even imagine.
It's such a motley crew.
Do you think Joel McHale knew who James Murphy was?
Yes.
I don't think so.
No, they look like they were all friends. I mean, I guess it's like 50-50 that Joel was like, hey, man, love your music. And the other 50 is like, good to meet you, bro. What do you do?
Yeah.
Oh, cool music. That's
Joel McHale is a jock. Like, I think he's like into football. I don't know. I mean, I guess LCD Sound System is technically music for jocks if you think about it. Yeah. You know, but I don't. That trio is absolutely cursed, and I bet at least two of them have had sex with the same girl from One Oak.
Oh, absolutely.
At least two of them.
Yeah, that's. I'm taking that bet all day long. Okay, what else do we have here? I brought over some Athletic Greens AG1.
Were you slurping?
I did a dry scoop yesterday in the hotel room.
Holy shit!
It was the wrong move.
I brought mine as well. I've been mixing into water like a normal person.
Yeah, I've never dry scooped before.
So explain exactly what you do. You just put it in your mouth and then drink water on top of it?
Yeah.
How bad is that?
You basically like you pour it into your mouth, and then it's like a ticking time bomb of like as long as you can breathe through your nose.
Okay.
You're okay, but you're one step away from just an explosion.
Would that make
powder.
you sneeze like I do sometimes when I have the first bite of tiramisu?
Yes, it's very yeah. Some of those little cocoa pow-pows.
I don't like that sensation.
The wispy. No,
I do not like that sensation at all.
I hate it.
I don't like it at all.
It was yummy, but yeah, AG1's making me feel good on this trip.
Your gut is so that maybe AG1 is the trick. Besides the lack of drug use so far.
Yeah. Oh, I'll probably do Coke tonight.
Who's going to bring you Coke?
Beep. I went to Win Son Bakery in Brooklyn.
Is it fire?
More like mid, son.
Well,
Mid, comma, son.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, it looks good on Instagram. No shade. I'm sure they're great people.
Everything is mid. That's our society. The only thing that's not mid is Wolfgang Tillman's The MoMA. Go check it out.
I just don't like. I don't like a food destination, a global food destination.
How popping? Was it just insane?
No, it was decently. It was like halfway full, but let's say there were 20 people there. 19 of them had no food. One person was eating. Everyone else was drinking water and working on their laptops. It was like an airport lounge.
Oh God!
Every single person at this restaurant was on Google Docs.
That's fucking. Honestly, as I've said before, I won't work in public unless I'm absolutely have to. Unless it's like life or death. The thought of like waking up and being like, okay, I'm going to go to a popping bakery. Like at least just go to a coffee place. Like it's like a thing. I thought it was like a thing people wait in line to do. You know what I mean?
That's what I thought.
That's weird.
It's weird, but we went to some Vietnamese place for lunch today. DND.
Good.
That's good. It was nice.
I went and
very nice.
I went and played with Jeff's baby today. You know, just kind of hung out with Jeff and Sarah and the baby. Baby loved me.
Did you love baby?
Kinda.
You coming around?
No, but the baby when a baby is cute and well behaved, I'm like, okay, I see why you made this decision. It didn't totally ruin your life yet, you know. But wait until she, Jeff's on set, in 15 years he gets the call, she gotten expelled from, whatever.
She spit on the headmistress.
No, she would never do that. Jeff is too sweet.
Also, when I was at Midsun, I saw an anomaly I had never seen before. Needle in a haystack situation. I saw a hot person with a parrot on their shoulder.
Whoa.
You know when you see somebody in public with the parrot on the shoulder? It's always like a fat guy who's like an ex-magician who's using the parrot in order to get chicks to talk to him, whatever. This is a pretty attractive woman with a parrot on her shoulder, and she was talking to the parrot, and it was fucked up.
I hate this, but it's also very interesting.
Me too. I'm interested. And then one last observation. I've noticed that I don't know if it's a Fashion Week thing.
Sure.
Karl Lagerfeld clothing. I've seen a lot of it this week in New York. And I didn't even know it was a real company.
No, he died. I mean, this has been around for a while, but it's really, really bad. It's like really, it's cheap. That's why you see it.
Yeah. But it's not. It's like not a real thing. Like when I'm in in Italy or something like that, you'll see like a gift shop with like Karl Lagerfeld t-shirt.
This is very popular.
Like Alibaba type shit.
No, this is very popular in the Asian community.
Yeah, but every like guy working at the bodega, random woman walking on the street, just normal people are all wearing Karl Lagerfeld clothing.
I can explain it to you. It's
all discount shit?
R.I.P. Kaiser. No, it's like a cheap, it's like literally like Uniqlo prices. Yeah. And it's a name that is synonymous with Chanel.
Sure.
So it's like, I'm going to buy this shit and it's going to make me, it's like some, that's all it is. It's like very cheap.
To me, it's just so, it's like such an opposite. Or you think of Karl Lagerfeld as like this fashion icon, genius, one of the greatest fashion minds in the world, and his clothing company is literally a fake clothing company.
Well, first of all, he's dead, so he has no control, but don't ever sell your name. This is what happens. This happens a lot in fashion where people sell their name and then they have to, like, they get fucked, they have to buy it back, or it's this whole thing. This happens all the time. That's why it's sometimes smarter to just name the brand something and retain the rights to your name. That's why we didn't call this Chris Black and Jason Stewart's podcast.
And that's why our clothing diffusion line is gone by how long gone.
Gone by how long gone, of course. All right, well, it's time to go celebrate my friend and co-host.
Time to go eat crab out of a crab shell
Jason
for $1,000.
Stewart at a restaurant where they're going to tell me they do things a little differently around here. Yeah, I mean, we're heading back to LA for my 40th tomorrow. It's been a big week in New York. Thank you guys for listening. Big pods next week, baby.
Oh, really?
We're going front men only, if you know what I'm saying.
Ooh, like band leaders?
Band leaders. And get your tickets.
We can't say any of these names because
that'd be crazy.
We'll jinx them.
Yeah, because
this is two singers of bands that people will like.
Legends, new and old.
In their own right.
But yeah, get your tickets now. New York, LA. We're excited to come see you guys, and there'll of course be merch to go with that, etc., etc. How long gone, losers? We'll talk to you later.